Imagine waking up one day and realizing that the very fabric of society is quietly unraveling before your eyes. Conversations feel shallower, entertainment rewards noise over depth, and people seem to know more about celebrities than about the forces shaping their own lives. Have you noticed how, despite living in an age of infinite information, true wisdom feels rarer than ever? Today, we will explore a disturbing and fascinating question. Why is society becoming more stupid every day? And most importantly, what can we do about it? Stay with me until the very end, because the last insight I share has the power to completely transform how you see the modern world. Before we dive deeper, make sure you subscribe, like this video, and share it with someone you care about. Tell me in the comments what you think about the state of society today. Your voice matters, and by joining this discussion, you become part of a community striving to awaken from mediocrity and reclaim the clarity of true thought. To understand why society seems to be sinking into an abyss of superficiality, we must first confront an uncomfortable truth. The very tools that promise to elevate human knowledge, technology, social media, mass education, are often being used in ways that dull our minds instead of sharpening them. Humanity now has access to the greatest library in history, more knowledge than all previous generations combined. Yet attention spans are shrinking, critical thinking is declining, and people increasingly struggle to separate truth from lies. It's as if, in our rush to consume information, we have forgotten how to digest it. Philosophers and psychologists warned us about this long ago. The German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche spoke of the last man, someone who avoids depth, lives for comfort, and shuns anything demanding true thought. Does that sound familiar? Today, convenience often triumphs over wisdom. Similarly, Neil Postman, in Amusing Ourselves to Death, predicted a world where entertainment would dominate everything, even the most serious matters, reducing them to fleeting spectacles designed only to capture attention. Why has this decline accelerated so dramatically in recent years? One answer lies in how our brains respond to stimulation. Psychologist Sir Daniel Kahneman, who studied how we think, explained that humans naturally choose their path of least resistance. We prefer quick, easy answers instead of slow, deliberate reasoning. Modern society exploits this weakness. Social media, advertising, and even politics are designed to trigger emotional reactions, not deep reflection. In this environment, stupidity isn't accidental. It's manufactured. Think about viral trends, memes, and sound bites. They spread not because they are true, but because they are simple and emotionally charged. Contrast this with ancient wisdom traditions. In Plato's Academy, students spent years wrestling with difficult questions and refining their understanding. Today, those who shout the loudest are often rewarded, while those who think the deepest are ignored. Ask yourself, when was the last time you saw trending content that truly challenged you to think critically about life, society, or morality? How often do you encounter content designed to slow you down and provoke reflection, rather than keep you endlessly scrolling? This is the modern tragedy, an abundance of information and a famine of wisdom. The consequences are profound. When people lose the ability to think deeply, they become vulnerable to manipulation. Studies show false information spreads faster and farther than truth online because lies are sensational and emotionally appealing, while truth requires patience and nuance. In a culture addicted to speed, nuance becomes the first casualty. This isn't just personal ignorance. It's a collective decline. Public discourse deteriorates, politics becomes tribal shouting matches, education focuses on test performance instead of real learning, and entertainment glorifies outrage and spectacle. Society begins to prefer the shallow over the profound, the immediate over the eternal. But there is hope. The very recognition of this decline can be the first step toward renewal. By understanding what pushes society towards stupidity, we can now resist it. By reclaiming critical thought, reflection, and meaningful conversation, we can rise above the noise and rediscover the clarity that once guided human progress. However, this requires courage. The courage to question what is popular, to resist distractions, and to stand apart from the crowd. As philosopher Immanuel Kant said, "Dare to know, have the courage to use your own reason. This is the essence of true enlightenment." Now ask yourself, are you living in a way that strengthens your mind or in a way that weakens it? Do you seek out wisdom and reflection, or are you simply carried along by endless distraction? Society's decline isn't just external, it's also internal. Every time we choose comfort over challenge, certainty over complexity, or noise over silence, we contribute to this collective weakening. But the same forces that divide and distract us can also be used for growth and renewal, if we consciously choose to use them wisely. The greatest danger is not that society is getting dumber. The greatest danger is that you might accept it as inevitable. The real tragedy isn't the noise outside, but the silence inside. When you surrender your own capacity to think, to question, and to rise above mediocrity. Throughout history, wisdom has never belonged to the majority. It has always been preserved by the few who dared to live differently. Socrates, condemned to death for challenging society's assumptions. Galileo, silenced for revealing truths that threatened authority. Martin Luther King Jr., persecuted for dreaming of justice in a divided world. At every stage of history, the masses have preferred comfort over courage, while a few brave individuals fought to keep the flame of wisdom alive. The question now is, will you be one of the few who dares to think,